Hourly segment is brought to you by Kelly Nissan, your Nissan Knowledge Center on 95th Street in Oak Lawn. Call 1-877-GO-KELLY.
You know, Jim, we need this snow for the water table.
What, Jim wants water with his whiskey?
I got your water table right here.
Chicago PM with the Inside Story, 6 to 7 p.m. weekdays on News Talk 890 WLS.
Which one of you guys is Shem? Roe and Garry, 50,000 watt yapper on WLS.
All right, there's a story out of Des Moines, Iowa that is really, it makes me question the safety of America. It's a crime that shocks and disturbs me. Someone stole a peanut butter sandwich. Now, this is not the focus of my angst. Problem is where it was stolen from. The Des Moines, Iowa police have turned over the investigation to the Transportation Security Administration, the people that frisk you and fill you up at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Christine Woods says that her sandwich was taken from a break room at the Des Moines airport. Now, the only people who have access to the room are 16 federal security workers, and they have to punch a code to get in.
And she reported her peanut butter sandwich was stolen?
Yes. Now, Police Lieutenant David Huberty says the theft of a sandwich is still a theft, but he says if he had to send a detective to interview 16 people about it, it would be an inappropriate use of resources, so they've turned it over to the Transportation Security Administration. The woman whose sandwich was stolen said that she's only making a federal case out of this because she's concerned that next time her purse and her wallet will disappear.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah.
I want to hear Ashcroft speak on this. We have been told that a peanut butter sandwich was stolen.
Now, isn't that pretty much standard? If you put a sandwich in a refrigerator at work,
yeah, that happens everywhere.
There's only a 1 in 5 chance that you'll be able to retrieve it. And I don't know what people do to those sandwiches. I don't like to leave anything in a common area where people can touch it that I'm going to put in my mouth.
Right, and the refrigerator in a common area is usually cleaned maybe once a year. Maybe. So, just keep it at your desk. Peanut butter won't spoil if it's left out, will it?
No, that's the beauty of peanut butter. Peanut butter lasts forever. That's for the kids. It's a staple with the kids in school. It's, that's why we dropped it in Afghanistan, because it wouldn't go bad. They didn't know what to do with it. They wrote in the sand with the peanut butter. They're going to get bugs, by the way, if they keep doing that in Afghanistan. But I would imagine when you go to the refrigerator, like here, there's an announcement every 6 weeks or so that they're cleaning out the refrigerator. Because you go back into the break room here, and the refrigerator, literally you can smell it for about a half a block away before you get to it. And that's because they've got people leave all kinds of crap in there.
I have not participated in a community coffee pot in about 20 years. I'm not talking about those machines. A lot of places have machines how you push what you want, hot chocolate, and it comes down. I'm talking about those pots where you have to make the coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, the ones here were kind of green at the bottom.
Yeah, all places are like that. Nobody cleans those. But people do because it's free. They'll make coffee in them and not worry about what's going in their mouth.
Well, we've told the story before. Because the morning drive show is the morning drive show, a lot of restaurants send food over to morning radio shows. I don't know what that's all about. People looking for free plugs and stuff like that. So once or twice a week, there's stuff that comes in, and the morning drive people will leave it out for the rest of the staff. And sometimes it was like, I remember once it was like smoked salmon or something like that. And it had been out from 5 in the morning till about 7 o'clock at night, and there were still people picking at it after it had been out for 14 hours.
Free over good. That's the policy.
How insane is that? Eat at home, people. Don't bring that stuff into the workplace.
And it got really low here when people were stealing, like, the Bible off my desk. Remember that? The Bible was stolen?
Right. They stole our punch keys yesterday. Somebody stole our punch keys. Somebody sent us, for Fat Tuesday, we got a bunch of donuts, and somebody just pilfered those. You can't trust anybody.
No. It's a jungle.
She's worried about she's concerned because the security guards at the airport should be more trustworthy than to steal her peanut butter sandwich. I'm just hoping that they're better fed because, if they're stealing a peanut butter sandwich, wouldn't they be sort of likely to let a nuclear bomb go through for about $100,000 in cash?
Don't you put butter on all your sandwiches, even the meat sandwiches? Are you from that group?
That's like my grandmother's era.
That's back in the 50s when they put butter on all sandwiches. I don't get that.
That's what you do. Don't you sit and have a cup of coffee? You sit in your car coat?
Have my White Castle hamburgers?
Officer Steve.
Hey, Ro, Gary, how are you?
Good.
I got a great story for you. Talking about local law enforcement, too. One happened to my brother and one happened to me. When I was a rookie, I'd bring in, like, kielbasa one day, maybe Italian sausages the next. Every time I brought in sausage, somebody took it. Just the sausage. I could bring sausage in on Monday. I could have chicken on Tuesday, meatloaf on Wednesday, and then I'll have sausage again on Thursday.
But it would always just be the sausage.
Right. So I put something up on our briefing board, and I wrote an anonymous note to the sausage bandit to cease and desist. So, I guess it happens everywhere, doesn't it?
Before there's a tune-up in order. Cops stealing from each other. Now, that's not right.
Well, it happened to my brother. He's a cop, too.
Now, listen, I can understand stealing from the evidence lockup. Now, that I understand.
Exactly.
But stealing from each other.
Well, Ro, they were eating his pizzas. So one day, he was a detective at the time. Him and his partner went on a garbage run and took an old pizza from someone's garbage he left on the curb. And guess what? The next day, it was gone.
That's the way you got to do it.
Absolutely.
All right, Steve. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
Right. You got to do something bad into the peanut butter.
Sue has something like that. Sue, you're on WLS. Hi.
Hi. One of my friends, she kept getting her sandwich stolen over about a 2-week period, and she finally made a laxative sandwich.
There you go.
And I don't remember what the whole ingredients were or anything, but she never had it stolen again.
Yeah. But is any company refrigerator worth putting stuff in?
That one was pretty scary because it was at a large, one of the big 6 accounting firms.
Now the big one. I think isn't there only one left?
Well,
let's hope it was Arthur Anderson.
4, but it's one that was very in the news lately.
Yeah, but it was then. All right, thank you very much, Sue.
Sure.
What did you say,
hear,
Christina? She spits in her milk.
Yeah.
But if they don't know,
because everyone uses the milk for their coffee or tea. Everyone in every company in every office in the world. So I spit in it.
So you're out the saliva and they don't know it, though.
They'll have a sinus infection if they drank it this week. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, for God's sake.
So think twice. This place is a mess. Yeah.
We had a newsman here who injected, the hell was it, lighter fluid in his bonbons. His guy's nuts. He was from Houston, a big Texan. Was here briefly for a cup of coffee. Big thunderblust. We finally talked him down on that. That could hurt somebody. We think it was the janitor.
Oh, Jimmy, I don't care.
It was exactly like that.
We just want to kill him.
Look at what I got. He's a medical buff, so he had a syringe and everything, and he was injecting it. Oh, gee.
They have since fired a guy from here for stealing things from the office, stealing purses, I think, from the women who were working down the TV department here. They got a TV station attached to this place. I don't know. I never heard anything about it. And the women would leave their purses behind when they go to do a report on the set. They come back and their wallets were stolen, and they figured it out. It was a security guy who was watching TV to see when the person would leave to be on the set, and then they'd rifle through their office.
Clever. That's right. If you're going to steal a purse, you'd steal Diane Burns, right?
Yeah, that'll be the heaviest purse.
Oh, Lord.
Lord, her purse is full of cash, Lord.
Can you imagine if you make that kind of money, what you're walking around?
That's why now
is?
you see the Channel 7 reporters on the set with their purse over their shoulder doing the report.
Right, or clutching onto it like on a subway where they're holding it with both arms. Now, you spit in the milk and then you drink the milk later. Doesn't that make the milk taste kind of funny? That's kind of gross.
She's scaring us.
No, well, it's your own spit, and, I don't know. People also cook weird stuff here over the weekend. It's like a Denny's training ground fantasy camp or something. It's disgusting.
They cook there?
Yeah, they cook they use your coffee mug, anyone's, they'll use yours and it'll have dried scrambled eggs on it.
That happens here sometimes. There's a bizarre lunch club that goes on with people back there boiling stuff in packets and adding and chatting about calorie counts here. There's some club.
They're mad they have to work on the weekend.
So they're going to use your cup.
Place.
I can tell Christina is a terror over it. She's not in the same building with us. She's in a separate building. She's a terror. She's running around screaming, "Who touched my milk?"
She has an edge with us, and we're about as nice. She's about.
Oh, you don't
want to
mess with me,
right?
Especially with food.
Marcy, you're on WLSI.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
All of the above.
That's all?
No.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I can't hear you very well. But anyhow, I did something when my son was under 10. He went to a little camp, a basketball camp, and these big bullies every day would steal his water. And I felt kind of sorry for him, so one day I put vinegar in it. They never did it again.
There you go.
Yep, I felt really like I saved him as a mom. You know?
Right.
Then
He
he
was
died
one
of
of these
thirst.
little kids that was really scrawny and had big glasses, and you feel really sorry for him, and everybody picks on him.
That's your kid?
That was my kid, but he's grown up. Now he's tall and scrawny and has
With the big glasses.
Right, and he's a police officer, and he's running over people's foreheads because he's getting even with the kids that
That's
stole his
right.
water.
What have I taught him? No, but I felt that was a harmless thing to do, but it taught the kid a lesson.
And you got sued, right? Because that's the way it goes
No.
now.
But in retrospect, I'm kind of lucky that he didn't get beat up or something, I guess. But the kid got so surprised it just cured him.
Thank you very much, Marcy.
Okay, bye.
All right.
You'll be seeing a therapist for a few years. My mother had to get me out of all my squabbles.
That's it. You're supposed to swing first and ask questions later. Isn't that the rule of the schoolyard?
That's right.
All right. Quickly, Jim, you're on WLS.
I thought things had reached an all-time low when our company put up a security camera to watch the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
It got worse. Busted a security guard actually stealing stuff.
I think we got to watch the security
You
guard.
hear that a lot because nobody would suspect them initially.
But this guy, he saw the monitors. I mean, he was in the room with the monitors on the security cameras.
So he actually.
Yeah, but he's leading the investigation.
Yeah, right.
He's the Scatman Crothers of this whole thing.
Yeah, he got fired for stealing a PBJ.
Thank you, sir. Why does Scatman Crothers always come up when you're talking about security
When I
guards?
think of security guards late at night, I think of Scatman Crothers.
Look at that. Who's that guy stealing that sandwich? That's me. I got the tape. I'm going to turn myself in.
It's like Cleavon Little in Blazing Saddles. He's taking himself hostage. 35 tomorrow, Christina.
Inbound Edens, there's a crash in the left lane at Dundee. It's 25 Lake Cook to the Kennedy. The Kennedy about 25 in both directions. Eisenhower 37 inbound, outbound's clear. Stevenson 38 to the north-south tollway. Dan Ryan 18 in both directions. This report brought to you by the vitamin experts at the Fruitful Yield. For the best vitamin values, now Foods Wrinkle Rescue Cream for $10. Zenadrine only $20. Find your nearest Fruitful Yield store at vitaminexperts.com. I'm Christina Filiaggi with WLS Time Saver Traffic.
In the E2 tragedy, you've got the owners duking it out with the city.
It has hosted many, many parties over the years, and it had a history of probably being overcrowded. I think there's a bigger issue. About 3 weeks ago, my husband and I were at the Erie Crown for a live taping of a comedy show, and I mentioned to my husband, had it been a stampede, we probably would have died. And that's one of the reasons I don't like going to places where it's really, really crowded.
Get the inside story with Jay and Eileen. Weekdays 9 to 11 a.m. on News Talk 890 WLS.